and welcome to this episode of Up Close and Personal Season 2 at InvokED Studio.
You have to say my name is Ariel.
Like here and then there. My name is Ariel.
And my name is Alex.
From Bach Bros Studios.
So with that, I keep forgetting your name.
Government wants to maintain some control so that we try to achieve better education, for instance. But then he also needs to allow enough autonomy to maybe the school, the headmaster, or some organization on the ground to adapt. And this being in control and giving autonomy is a very delicate balance. If you have too much control, you suffocate ideas. If you have too much autonomy, you go in all directions and you don't achieve a common goal.
Today, we're going to meet with Dr. Mara Airoldi, who is the director of Go Lab at the University of Oxford.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So, our first question for you would be, what is your definition of leadership and how can you use it in daily life?
I think leadership is about being clear about what is the purpose. And when you are working with other people, helping creating the space for them to achieve this purpose. But keeping the clarity of the purpose, because in daily life we get distracted and we have many requests. Like in my job, we are working to create some learning for government, but at the same time we are asked to do many other things, to respond to many requests. And I need to bring back my team but what is our core purpose? And so that I use that to decide what should we do next together and allow them to experiment new things as long as they are within the purpose. And I think the leadership is being clear on the purpose and bringing people back on, let's remind ourselves of what is our common purpose.
What is the biggest challenge you have faced as a leader?
Skepticism. So sometimes you know what it means, skepticism. So sometimes I work with people that think that the purpose is too ambitious, that they should be more realist, and they give me a long list of reasons why it can't be done. And that's hard because you need a lot of energy to maintain the focus on what we want to achieve, and sometimes things go well, sometimes they don't go well. But this skepticism is contagious. So if you have somebody on your team that is very skeptic, it's really difficult you really need to invest a lot of energy to bring them back on board. And to me that was a big challenge, to make sure that this skepticism is like a disease. And I need to keep it outside my house, outside the people I work with. We need to be positive and really think that maybe the world is not perfect, but we will keep trying. And the skeptics are my most difficult headache, both in the team and outside, my collaborators, who say like, oh, you're crazy, this will never happen.
What do you do at the government outcome labs?
I am the director of a research center, which means we study and we want to learn. We try to find new ideas. And what I study in particular is how government that has a lot of responsibility and also a lot of decision-making power, government can make things happen and is responsible for making things happen. How can government work well with other people and organizations? These organizations might be from the private sector or companies or the civil society, so community sector organization. And what we are studying that is particularly interesting is it's like a dance, it's like a balance. Government wants to maintain some control so that we try to achieve better education, for instance. But then he also needs to allow enough autonomy to maybe the school, the headmaster, or some organization on the ground to adapt. And this being in control and giving autonomy is a very delicate balance. If you have too much control, you suffocate ideas. If you have too much autonomy, you go in all directions and you don't achieve a common goal. So I study how government can work with these other organizations to stay in this balance.
kids like me get involved in researching?
Okay. The best thing, research is everywhere. And I think for you to be involved in research now, you have to be curious. When you're curious, even in school, and maybe the teacher tells you something, and you say, yes, but why? Why is that? That makes you a researcher. And to be involved in research, you keep asking questions, or if you have ideas, you share ideas. Research happens in university, but also in schools. So if you go to your teacher and you say, oh, I had an idea, that will trickle to researcher. But if you want, I can interview you. I'm doing a study for the Shiksha movement, and I can ask you what you think about it. I'll get your details.
Thank you so much, and we loved having this exciting conversation with you.
And so did I.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, that's it for this episode of Up Close and Personal Season 2. Purpose is very important, whether it's from being a leader and not being a skeptic, or just finding your purpose in life anywhere you go. And thank you for watching this video, and stay tuned for upcoming episodes. Bye!